Shalom. First off, I want to start up by saying all praises, honor, and glory is due unto Yahweh by Hashem Yahushai by Hashem HaKadosh. It's all praises to the world calls God, whose true name in the Hebrew is Yahweh, by Hashem meaning in the name, and Yahushai being the name of the only begotten Son. Also, I want to say double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone. And peace and mercy to the hopeful elect preaching sword and truth and sincerity. I'm the brother Tazabah, Lord will, with another video to edify. And this one's going to be the people are in fear, right? And Joe Rogan said the sentiment, and I've heard this out of people's mouths at work, right? The people that actually have their eyes on these things, they're shitting bricks right now. They're shitting bricks out right now, right? But brothers that have this word, we're calm. Our minds aren't troubled by this. Really, the only thing that's on our mind is Baba Kashai, Yabashai, let us be worthy, right? But the people in the world, they're in total fear because World War III is gearing up, right? The effects of these things are gearing up. And people are going to be sent out into a draft. Right? In a time of war, all type of shit always happens. And people are looking at the situation. And you got to imagine what the Google searches are right now. Right? You got to imagine what the Google searches are that people are putting in. So, this is the time we're in. I'm going to play this and get some precepts. Lord, will this be edifying?
I've been freaking out over the last few weeks, at nighttime. At nighttime I'll be alone and I just start thinking about the future of the world. And I start legit freaking out. What would happen if we were legit Armageddon, Mad Max, nuclear war? How far are we away from that? And it could just give me anxiety before I go to sleep. I'd just be laying there going, fuck, how does this all resolve? And then this fucking Israel thing pops off.
You see? And this is on people's minds, right? Now, whether or not he was queued up to say this shit, it's still on people's minds, right? People are in great fear right now. Great fear, great amount of fear, right? Let's see, I think that's a scripture. This is I think this is it. Yeah, let me get this. This is Psalms 14:4. It says, "Have all the workers of iniquity no knowledge, who eat my people as they eat bread," talking about Esau, "and call not upon Yahweh." It says, there were they in great fear. And right now, in this time, these people are in a great fear. Esau, Edom, right? These people that have lived fat, right, are in great fear because they know when this shit kicks off, that good living, that plush life, right, that sense of security is gone. For the Most High is in the generation of the righteous. And these people know they don't have no works. They really understand they don't have any works towards the Lord. They do. They know that. They know for damn sure, right? And they can't stop living how they are because they got demons on them. But these people are in great fear, and we're in the time where great pains, right? Great pangs. Second Ezra 16:38, it says, "As when a woman with child in the 9th month bring forth her son, with 2 or 3 hours of her birth, great pains compass her womb, right? And people are noticing the pains, right? These labor pains of what? The prophecies about to come to pass. People are noticing them. They see them. They see from one event to the next. It just doesn't stop, right? And before it used to be, right, something happened, a year go by before something large happens again, right? Something happens, 9 months have to go by, right? But now it's all this shit is condensing, right? And the Lord is speeding up times, and people are noticing, and it's put them in fear because they don't have it. They weren't taught about these things. We were, because we have the elders and apostles. We have Yahweh Bashim Shai, the spirit that the Lord put on the elders and apostles to teach and to give us the right things, so that we know how to operate in these times, so we know what to look for. Those things are keeping us calm. Those things are keeping us from being in this frantic spirit that these people have. Right? It says, great pains compass her womb, which pains when the child comes forth, they slack not a moment. Right? Even so shall not the plagues be slack to come upon the world, and the world shall mourn, and sorrows shall come upon it on every side. And people are seeing the sorrows here on every side. Right? And they're terrified. They're terrified. And rightly so. These people should be scared because they live life like pieces of shit. They didn't want to correct themselves. They talked down about men that actually had the correction in the Bible, and they were able to back these things up. So now they're in fear. Right? Their thoughts are heavy. Right? Let me get this, man. Much. It says, let me find this one, man. This is, there's one in Sirach, I believe it is. Yeah, here it is. Sirach 30:21. It says, give not over thy mind to heaviness, and afflict not thyself in thy own counsel. Right? The gladness of the heart is the life of a man, and the joyfulness of man prolongeth his days. No. There's another one where it says, yeah, here it is. Right. And this is the state people are in. It says, yeah, here it is. Verse 17. Ecclesiasticus 38:17. It says, weep bitterly and make great moan and make great moan. Use lamentation as is worthy, that a day or two, lest thou be evil spoken of, and then comfort thyself for thy heaviness. For of heaviness cometh death. In the heaviness of the heart breaketh strength. And this is where people are at. In affliction also sorrow remaineth. In the life of the poor is the curse of the heart. Right? And this is where people are in. They're in that heavy mindset because they see, oh, I'm not able to make my bills. Right? They're not able to make their bills. They're not able to make their bills. The economy shit, right? The whole family structure is destroyed and demolished. So people are in heaviness already, and then you have this whole war popping off. And they know that something's going to happen, right? They know a draft's coming. They know World War III is coming. They know shit's not going to be sweet. These people are in fucking fear, and rightly so. Rightly so, man. Because when brothers read the scriptures, Fear ye the sword, for wrath bringeth the judgment of the sword. They thought it was a fucking game. This is I'll get this. This is Isaiah 31:6. It says, "Turn ye unto him from whom the children of Israel have deeply revolted." Right? And who revolted? Who did the children of Israel revolt against? Is against the Lord. Right? For in that day every man shall cast away his idols of silver and his idols of gold, which your own hands have made unto you for a sin. Then shall the Assyrian fall with the sword, right? And the Assyrians, right? When you go into the scriptures, they can also be compared to Esau, Edom, right? Spiritually, the way the Assyrians came up with that proud demeanor against the Lord, Esau comes in the same fashion, right? So you can spiritually compare them, right? Then shall the Assyrian fall with the sword, not of a mighty man, and the sword, not of a mean man, shall devour him, but he shall flee from the sword, and his young men shall all be discomfited, right? He shall pass over to his stronghold for fear, and his princes shall be afraid of the ensign, say Yahweh, whose fire is in Zion and his furnace in Jerusalem. Right? This is going into the old empire, but that stronghold standing in fear, right? America is the stronghold of the Edomite empire. And this place is in fear. People here are worried, right? You have the elder Amawan Gabar, right? His channel Amawan Gabar. I don't think his channel is Amawan Gabar, but you got the elder Amawan Gabar. It said a woman, she had an accent, asked him a question, and said, "Are you scared?" Right? These people are in fear because these things are starting to take a hold and take shape, and you can no longer sit here and act like you can just, oh, it's gonna get better or it'll pass. No, those days are over. The it'll pass days are over, right? Second Ezra 16 and I got this one. All right, I got this one. This is Luke 21. Luke 21:26. Man, I started 25. There should be signs in the sun and in the moon and in the stars and upon earth, distress of nations with perplexity, right? That distress and that perplexity is on people, right? The sea and the waves roaring, men's hearts failing them for fear, right? And for looking after those things which are come upon the earth, right? People are, bro, the amount of heart attacks, the anxiety is going to be at an all-time high. And when people get into that anxious state, bro, all type of shit is going to happen, man. Because they don't know how to cope and manage that shit. So they're going to lash out, right? Which are come upon the earth, for the powers of heaven shall be shaken. So the powers of these rulerships are going to be shaken. And war brings that unsteadiness, that unease, right? We're in a time. Second Ezra 6. And 42. No, that's not 42. 24. Second Ezra 6 and 22. It says, "And suddenly shall the sown places appear unsown. In the time of war, goods and services ain't moving. Cargo ships ain't getting off loads like that, right? So this is actually going to speed that up too. The full storehouses shall be suddenly found empty, and the trumpet shall give a sound, which when every man heareth, they shall be afraid." Right? And a trumpet was something to give a sound of a season, a time of war, a time of peace. But those war trumpets are the ones blowing now. And people are in sudden fear. Right? At that time shall friends fight against one another like enemies, and the earth shall stand in fear with those that dwell therein. The springs of the fountain shall stand still, and in 3 hours they shall not run. So we're in a time of fear. Right? I actually ended on Ecclesiastes 3, right? To everything there is a season, and and a time to every purpose under the heaven, right? So understand the time and season we're in. It says a time to be born and a time to die, a time to plant and a time to pluck up that which is planted, a time to kill and a time to heal. And we're not in the times of healing. Remember the scriptures say we would have healed Babylon, but she is not healed, right? A time to break down and a time to build up, a time to weep and a time to laugh, a time to mourn and a time to dance, a time to cast away stones and a time to gather stones together, a time to embrace and a time to refrain from embracing. Because when these evils start growing, multiplying on the earth, you allowing everybody to come into your circle is going to be a detriment, right? A time to get and a time to loose, a time to keep and a time to cast away, a time to rend and a time to sow, a time to keep silence and a time to speak, right? A time to love and a time to hate, a time of war and a time of peace. And we are in the time of war. So fear is gripping the people, right? But the Lord told us, right? This is Joshua 1:5. It says, there shall not any man be able to stand before thee all the days of thy life. As I was with Moses, so will I be with thee. I will not fail thee nor forsake thee. And this is the mindset that brothers need to take. As the Lord was with Moses, as the Lord was with Joshua, right? And what did they do? They kept the charge of the Lord. Hey, Lord will, the Lord's going to be with us. Be strong and of good courage, and of a good courage. For unto this people shalt thou divide the inheritance of the land which I swear unto their fathers to give them. Only be thou strong and very courageous, that thou mayest observe to do according to all the law which Moses my servant commanded thee, to turn not from it to the right hand or to the left, that thou mayest prosper whithersoever thou goest. Right? And this time, this is our key to salvation. Just stay faithful. That's all it is. Just stay faithful. What you've been faithful in right now, even when shit kicks off, even when things get tough, you still stay faithful. Right? And the Lord's going to supply everything else we need from there, man. But these people are in fear. But the Lord did not give us the spirit of fear, man. Shalom.